So the next project is found art. You're going to make a sculpture out of it. And so we talked about that yesterday. And it's basically anything you can find that you think you would be able to use in a sculptural piece of artwork.
Like, anything.
So first thing you need to do is find stuff. Cheap stuff. Stuff that might be considered garbage or throwaway. Stuff that no longer serves a purpose. Broken stuff that isn't going to be fixed. So I just have a few examples of stuff that could be used, like a cell phone. If you had several broken cell phones, maybe you would use all of those together to make some sort of piece of artwork. Or a broken keyboard. There's 108 keys on a keyboard that can be used. Then there's the circuit boards on the inside that can be used. Bottle caps, plastic or glass, things that get thrown away really often. Even toothbrushes. So there could be a lot of toothbrushes hanging around that could be used as something. So the next thing you need to do is make a plan. Let's see, I'm gonna do that. Make a plan. So where are you going to get your stuff? If you've got an idea of what you kind of want to make, where are you going to get that stuff? Some places that are good to look are garages, but you have to make sure that it's okay to use it. If you go to your garage and you take your mother or father's wrench set and you turn that into artwork, they might not be happy with that. Also, recycle bins have lots of stuff. Maybe you've got an idea of something that you can buy. Make sure it's cheap or free. I guess if you're buying it, it's not gonna be free, but make sure it's cheap. Can you get it for free? Thrift stores often have lots of cheap stuff. So if you go to Desert Industries, that's a thrift store. They've got lots of used cheap stuff. So then how are you going to use your stuff that you do find? Is it going to be a abstract sculpture? Is it going to be a abstracted sculpture? That just means you're taking something real and making it somewhat look not realistic. So it's a non-realistic version of it. So that could be like a stick figure made out of toothpicks. That's an abstracted human. However, that's going to be way too easy. So no stick figures out of toothpicks. How are you going to modify your stuff? Are you going to cut it? Are you going to bend it, tear, attach, subtract? What are you going to do? How are you going to make those modifications? Let me do that. And then how are you going to put your stuff together? How is it going to be attached? So this is a little thing I found online real quick that I thought was a good representative. So obviously you can use glue, you can use tape, but you can use string to lash things together, to stitch them together, to tie them. You can insert your objects, so like toothpicks going through and into the other tube, or cutting a hole out of one tube and sliding that in. You could drill holes if you've got access to a drill, and then use cord. You could use screws or pins or thumbtacks to attach things. There's ways you can cut little wedges in stuff and attach in that manner as well. This is mostly cardboard, but think about how you could use these same different methods if you're using pop cans, or if you're using pieces of different wood. And then we're going to take a look at some work that has been created. This is some student work. So this one, I'm not sure what that is, just some piece of plastic, probably came out of a computer or some toy maybe. And then a circuit board, a little circuit board, and then a keyboard wire, and then a couple of rolls of cardboard, some beads for the eyes, something for the hair, some container for the body. Not sure what container that is. It could be an old Play-Doh dough or Play-Doh container, maybe. Then a brush with not necessarily Google eyes, but something. This looks like an SD card right here. And then some kitchen utensils. Probably don't want to take your mom's unless you know she's going to throw them away. Some more stuff. This piece of artwork right here is really abstract. This one, bird out of bottle caps and rulers, I think. A little bit more complex stuff. Barbie doll, repurposed. Whole bunch of buttons repurposed. This hammer was the top of a cane that someone put a whole bunch of nails through and then attached the hammer top to it. This one's pretty cool, pretty unique. Some more found stuff, rusty stuff, probably found in maybe a junkyard. And then this is just a bunch of sheets of paper arranged in a really intricate and complex way to make boots. That's pretty cool. Magazine covers or advertisements. Another really cool one. So they just took stuff and created a dog out of the stuff. You could do something similar to that if you really wanted to. This piece is big, big found stuff. 2 semi trucks that were junk, and then some heavy duty tubing, probably for manholes or irrigation piping. This piece of artwork travels around the US, getting shown off in different locations. So think about think about the stuff that you've got and then what you could do with it, because the possibilities are endless.